direct to Chelsea, just likely. What can you say about Graham Potter? Do you think Graham Potter is just an average coach, being given a huge club that he cannot even manage?
There's this talk and friendly banter in the social media saying that Chelsea fired their previous coach Tuchel,
Yes.
and brought in Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, because of the look alike of Chuck Norris. But having said that, we have to understand that Chelsea's first team members, they have an injury crisis. When you look at their first team players, the N'Golo Kantes, Ben Chilwell's, and so forth, Chelsea will be a team. If we see Graham Potter from the team he built at Brighton, they're still thriving, and the coach has really reaped the rewards of his fruits, the fruits of his labor as a fluid attacking football. There's this narrative that coaches inherit a team that they did not build. Coaches need about 2-3 seasons to weed off people who do not have their philosophy at heart. So for me, if I was Chelsea, they should be patient and give Graham Potter his chance to mold his team, and in the transfer season, give him a free hand to bring in players that suit his style of football, so that he can mold a team of Chelsea to his liking. Yeah. Unlike the other teams that do not have that kind of patience, they should start having patience in Graham Potter.
Yeah.
Looking at his statistics, I think he's a good coach.
Mr. Jonathan, do you think Graham Potter will survive at Chelsea? He just lost, I think, the last 3 Premier League matches. And do you think his time is almost coming to an end?
Now, that is a very good question, because we've known from time immemorial, Chelsea don't have the virtue of patience, as my fellow pundit said. Chelsea nowadays is the new banter club in Europe, because of the money they've used to buy players and the result they're giving us. Talking about Potter to me is an exquisite coach. He's a very good coach. I remember Potter came to Arsenal, to the Emirates, with a club called Ostersund. And he taught us some football. He beat us in our own backyard. He went from Ostersund to Brighton and Hove, whereby the results are there for everybody to see. He's been playing fantastic soccer with fantastic signings. He is remembered from the signings he did of Saicedo, Trossard, Maupay. With the little amount of money that he had with him. Yeah. So I think anybody saying Potter is not a good coach, that is a very bad sportsman. Yeah. To me. What I know is that the new owners, that is Todd Boehly, I thought he was coming with a different type of mind game when he came to Chelsea. He's been doing panic buying, impulse buying, because you see, the other day he wanted Ronaldo, who is doing cartwheels right now. He rushed and bought, spent and used Aubameyang. For crying out loud. There are many strikers in the world. He could even come to Harambee Stars here in Kenya and FC Leopards. Yeah. He could have found a better striker for that matter. He rushed and bought Cucurella, because Cucurella just shined for 1 season. If you look at Cucurella is a very tiny, small, Mickey Mouse-esque kind of defender. Whereby when they met Brighton, yes. Brighton knowing him, yeah. They really used that wing to Chelsea's detrimental, yes. Because his small steps are slower, yeah. When they use the counter attack on that wing. Yeah. So I don't really understand if they could leave the coach alone. The management to leave the coach alone to do his own signing, give him time that they. I believe the Boehly signing Potter meant that he was trying to build a new legacy and trust a new process. So to me, let them give him time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maxwell, what can you say about Todd Bowley now that he bought your club and he said that he wants to change your name to London Cowboys? Since then, you've been chasing shadows. Recently, we saw you being chased thoroughly in Newcastle.
We are the victims of banter right now, I tell you the truth. And I'm sure you are enjoying it, saying that we should give Potter enough time. Pep Guardiola, he said that just before he beat Chelsea mercilessly. Now, Graham Potter, you said he has had a good track record as a good manager. But look at his few games in the last few match weeks versus Arsenal. Let's start with Arsenal. He was quite clueless. He used all his subs. He didn't change any tactic. He only brought in Kovacic later when it was all done. Which tells you that this guy doesn't even know how to make the right substitutions. He doesn't know how to close the game, because sometimes we even concede very late in the game when we should have easily picked a point. His team selection is below par. If you see his starting 11, yes, we have so many injury concerns in N'Golo Kante, Reece James. We have Ben Chilwell, as you said rightfully. But a good coach must make the list, the best from the list, the most from the list. Look at Thomas Tuchel. When he came to Chelsea, he didn't have time to sign his own players. He inherited Frank Lampard's squad, which was doing poorly.
I think Tuchel was too experienced.
Well, yes, he's too experienced. But look at where he is right now. He got the job, and he got the job done well. Using the people who had never played the Champions League, won the Champions League literally, beating Atletico, Man City, the big clubs in this competition. Yeah. Now, here comes Potter. I mean, Jonathan, let me ask you, how do you sack a manager who wanted to build a team nobody would play against, and then hire Graham Potter, who cannot beat Brighton, a team he built himself?
Because he doesn't have time for that.
It's too ironic. We have no time. Chelsea has that rapid culture of being proactive. And as the World Cup has just come in handy for his rescue. Otherwise, when we be back, we'll be revisiting our coaching decision.
Do Chelsea has a tradition of sacking managers?
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think they have signed more managers than the trophies they have won.
Yeah.
I think this guy will leave the club because Chelsea don't have the culture of being so patient.
Yeah, this is the problem of having being a man before going through teenagehood. Chelsea, their rise was meteoric because they were bought with oil money. These are the same guys who have tarnished the reputation of football, that you have to go get results by pumping in so much oil money. And with these oligarchs' money that we see is terrorizing the world. So that they became from a team that had not won any important trophy for 50 years to start winning trophies. Absurdly, and now it is coming to show that they did not believe in developing a system like the Barcelonas do, Ajax Amsterdam, the teams that build through the academies, the team that do astute signings and let a culture of growing players rather than waiting to harvest people who have already been molded. You see the signing of Lukaku, these panic signings that they are doing, Koulibaly's, they have like 3 left backs who are, they should go for attacking wingers, which we know Chelsea's mode of football thrives in. You can see they sold Timo Werner, who's right now having the time of his life wherever he went. So this culture of Chelsea and the Man Cities and the Newcastles, and it's also been embedded in all this time in Real Madrid's and the Barcelonas, of having want to buy trophies rather than cultivating this culture they are bringing into football. The Saudis that want to buy even golf should be curtailed, because that is not the way to build a sustainable long-term. You cannot have short-term solution to long-term problems. They should start by giving people chances. Young players, the Mason Mounts, build their confidence. We can see even Raheem Sterling. That was not a necessary buy. He's not thriving in Chelsea. They should be having other young players coming in, Chilobas, let them play and suffer. They say there will not be peace if there's no war. There should be war in Chelsea right now to weed out. They should have the patience to suffer this season, maybe 2 more seasons like Arsenal. Then they have long-term results rather than trying to shake off and trying to try to gain like above the rest, but by not weeding out what their problems are.
Yeah.
Yeah.